Hey, it's Sean Price with Price and Price Realtors. If you've been keeping an eye on the videos that I've been putting out and the market reports that have been going out, you'll see that we are in a very strong seller's market right now, and it looks like that's probably going to continue here for at least the near future. So there are several steps that you can take to make sure that you're ready and that you have a chance of getting a property should you find the ideal property. First thing you need to do is you need to find a good lender. You need to find a lender, you need to get your pre-approval, and it needs to be a good solid pre-approval, which I'll shoot another video on in details on getting a good pre-approval. But you've got to have a good lender. Your lender has to be available. So you need to set realistic expectations of your realtor, of your lender, of your title company, and of yourself, because the way that these deals are moving right now, they're moving so quickly and things change so fast. Everybody needs to be available, not just from 9 to 5. It's for example, we're on the phone quite often until 10, 11 o'clock at night with our title companies, with our lenders, trying to get the next step handled. So make sure that your lender gives you a good, solid, strong pre-approval. Make sure that the title company that you select is somebody who's available, not just working from 9 to 5. Make sure that your realtor is willing to be available with you and work outside of those 9 to 5 hours. Okay, so step one is hire the right team. Step two is work with your realtor to do a consultation, because it's really important that you understand you're not going to find the perfect house. There are going to be some things that you have to have. There are going to be some things that you absolutely must not have. And there are going to be some things that you can give on. So for example, you might have some flexibility in location, or numbers of bedrooms and uses for bedrooms, or size of the lot, or you may have some requirements for those things. You may be somebody who absolutely has to have a gas stove to be able to cook. You will not cook on electric. It may be a deal breaker for you. So you need to go through a good consultation with your realtor so that and your realtor knows what you're looking for, because as you're searching these properties, you don't want to waste time going into or looking at properties that don't fit your criteria, because then you might miss out on the good property. Okay, so step one is putting together your team. Step two is getting together with your realtor and determining what your have-tos and everything are. Step three is determining what can you afford. So once you've gotten with your lender and you've got that pre-approval, get with your lender, get with your realtor, and determine what are the actual costs of the transaction going to be. It's not just the fact that you have whatever percentage you're putting down on the property. It's also going to be paying for the different inspections. A septic inspection can be anywhere from $600 to $800. A whole house inspection can be anywhere from $300 to $1,000, depending on the size of the house. There are going to be expenses that come up with the inspections. There are going to be closing costs. There are going to be different things that are going to come up outside of just your down payment. So make sure you have a complete understanding of all that, so that when you get into the deal, you are not having any issues with regards to having enough funding to move forward. I've got my list here. And then, just like I said, having realistic expectations for yourself, the next step is you have to be prepared to act. So you need to actively be working with your realtor to research the market. You need to be able to have that list of what you want and what you want to avoid, so that you know what properties to go look at. So you've got that target. You've targeted exactly what you want. So you go and you're looking at these properties, and then when you see the property you like, you've got to be prepared to act. You have to have that pre-approval letter. You've got to have your realtor ready to go. You have to have your strategies in place, and then pull the trigger and place the offer. And then once you do that, be realistic in your negotiations with the sellers, understanding that right now there's not much of a discount on most properties that's going to be available. The goal with a lot of our buyers, quite honestly, especially if you're looking at higher end properties, the goal is to get you as close to ask as possible without going over. So just be realistic in your expectations, because if you come in too low on an offer as a buyer right now, quite often you won't even get a response from the seller. So those are the steps that you can take right now. If you have any questions, please feel free to let us know, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.